Good morning, everyone. I hope we're having a lovely week so far. And here I am coming at you with, once again, another food drawing. What do you know? This is so typical of me. To be honest, about 90% of the time that I make a video, I have no clue what I'm drawing up until I start recording. So usually I'm drawing the day before the video comes out, but this week I was a little more prepared, except I came into this drawing video with a completely different vision for what I was gonna do originally. The idea was to do a, gosh, what is it called? Hot sauce? Oh, sriracha. Yeah, sriracha sauce. That's what I was gonna do in this video, and I actually had the paper long enough to do it, but then if you're an artist, you know how much the brain wanders, and I might have a little touch of the ADHD, but anyways, yeah. We went in with this chili pepper today, and if you know me, you know that I have this thing for drawing food, which is quite ironic because I think I said in the last video, I am the most pickiest eater in the world. Probably worse than a kid. I have been getting better, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I tend to love to draw food, and maybe one day this will help me have a better food menu in my brain. But one of the things that I cannot handle the most is spicy food. So here we are, doing some spicy hot sketches. I have actually drawn peppers before, so this isn't really new for me, but I definitely wanted to see how much my style has changed since then. I think the last pepper I drew was probably about 3 years ago. So it's been a good minute, and I've probably had a lot of development since then, so I'm really happy with the outcome of this one. And I've really been enjoying using these markers. I don't know why. They've made drawing like 1,000 times easier and quicker than when it was before. So I don't know, I've just been really enjoying playing around with a new medium, and honestly, art markers are very expensive, so I should probably be using them before they end up crapping the bed or something. I'm not sure. So hopefully you also enjoy drawing food, because I feel a little alone in this world. But I guess I have seen a lot of YouTubers also drawing food, so I guess I'm not totally alone. Maybe I'm the only one that does food in this style. Maybe that's what it is. A lot of people tend to be painting and using gouache and stuff, but not this girl. I really just can't stay away from my pencil crayons. I'm happy now that I've been playing around and testing a new medium, but I would really, really love to be able to master the painting skill. Maybe one day. I just don't know if that's actually gonna happen. It takes a lot of time to do it, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. But yeah, so we started off with the initial sketch, and it's looking pretty cool so far. Nothing too special, I guess. I know quite a few times I've asked people to comment some suggestions on what they want to see, and I just never actually draw it. But my mind just wanders and wanders and wanders, and I'll think about it for a couple days, and then right when I sit down to draw, it's just something completely different coming out onto the paper. And like I said, if you're an artist, you totally get what that feeling is. Honestly, it could be a little frustrating at times, but in a way, it's quite freeing as well, because I've designed some really cool stuff and things that I end up being extremely happy with. Now, I know what next week video is gonna be about, and hopefully you enjoy it. It's something that I've kind of drawn before, and if you follow my Instagram, then you've definitely seen it before, or at least an idea of it. I guess it's more so based off of that, but I don't want to spoil it yet, so you'll just have to tune into next week But this week I wanted to give you a more real-time view of what I'm doing. I didn't want to do very much, speeding up of time or anything like that. I wanted to provide a bit of a longer video for you all, just because I did a poll a few weeks ago that asked if you like long videos or short videos, and long videos definitely took the cake. So we'll try this one out. Obviously, I don't expect everyone to sit around and watch it, but hopefully the music's chill enough and I'm potentially being entertaining enough with just my voice. And we'll kind of see how that works out. But I feel like for an artist, we're definitely more visual learners. So maybe watching me actually draw and not just a speed up of my drawings will help a lot of people. And maybe you'll be able to pick up a new technique or something new that you can apply to your pieces that maybe you didn't know how to do before, or anything like that, really. I know watching other artists do their art definitely helps me a ton, because I feel like a lot of time there's things I'm missing out on. I've been completely self-taught since I started, and I feel like a lot of my tattooing is also the same as well, at least when it comes to designing, because nobody in my area actually does more of a new school sort of style. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a little bit of an identity crisis, because I don't really know if my style is actually new school. I feel like it's just not whimsical enough, but they do say comparison is horrible. So obviously I've been comparing myself a lot to a lot of the big and popular new school artists, so maybe I've just found my own way of doing it, which, I mean, most artists do, but I feel like I'm not getting bold enough or exaggerating enough, and keeping it a little more on the realistic side, but also keeping it a little more new school, maybe trying to give things a little more of a weird shape. I really don't know, but I've been struggling a little bit lately and questioning everything, and I'm sure every artist goes through this as well, so I'm positive I'm not the only. I know it's going to take some time to get out of this mind space and get back into the groove of things. I feel like I've still been in a little bit of an art block as well, which probably hasn't been helping, so I've just been somewhat sticking to what I know and what I'm comfortable with, but I know sooner rather than later I'm going to need to get out of that comfort zone and start doing some more things and trying to draw new things, so we'll see. I'm already starting with the markers, so let's just take it a little baby step, little steps at a time, and see where she goes. Another thing I wanted to ask is if anybody has any other preferred marker brands that they would much rather use rather than this one. I know a lot of people use Copic or Copic, however the hell you say it, and my brain and my wallet cannot justify those prices. It just makes me gag. I do use the Prismacolors a little bit, but even then those are a little bit pricier as well. I think they're just a couple bucks less than the Copic, but I just don't want to keep spending money like that. These ones were still quite expensive. I mean, not everybody has $200 to throw out the window on a box of markers, but yeah, if there's any other ones, I would love to know and definitely try some out. And I'm a little bit of an art supplies hoarder, if I'm gonna be honest with myself. I love any and all art supplies, so give it all to me. But I've been watching some more artists on YouTube, and they've been using the Ohuhu? Oh god, I probably just embarrassed myself there. But lots of people have been using those markers, so I might try those out. I think I had mentioned this in my last video. I'm probably just reiterating what I heard, or what I said last time. I don't know, I'm trying to make this entertaining and kind of just letting my brain go, and whatever is happening, and just let it come out of my mouth. A little bit of word vomit, I think is the right term for it. I really don't know how I'm gonna do an entire voiceover for the next however many minutes. This video is 33 minutes long, and I don't think I've ever talked that long in my life. I'm quite introverted and definitely don't like public speaking, so I don't know, I'm probably gonna run out of things to talk about sooner rather than later. Should I maybe just talk about the drawing and my experience? Maybe I should. Let's do that instead. So, right now, you're seeing me fill in more red and going over some old stuff, which is alright. I buggered up a little bit on the edge, so I'm bringing up that dark red again, just to blend it all in together. These markers are very hard to blend when they're not wet, so you kind of have to go over everything again, and then you can blend it all together. So you'll see me doing a ton of layering in this video, or you have seen a ton of layering. A lot of this marker stuff is just about done. I think this is kind of the last little bit of the reds, and then I'm going to be moving on to the greens, but that's going to be 2 different greens, and that's literally all for the green. The pencil crayon is really what brings these drawings together and sharpens them up or cleans them up a lot more. I don't think I'll never not use the pencil crayons. They are my what's the word for it? They're just my thing. I will always enjoy pencil crayons. I should try other pencil crayons out too. I've been meaning to try the Faber-Castell, and I've heard lots of good things about them. But the Prismacolors are kind of just my safe space because I've been using them for so long and I know how they work. They're very waxy and easy to blend together. Some colors more than others, but it just takes a little bit of finessing. I think I've kind of gotten my groove and I've learned a lot of the colors in the pack. So, I don't know. There's just more money I'm gonna spend on art supplies that I probably don't need. I should just use up all the art supplies that I have now. I just have a problem. And I'm really starting to realize that now. I even remember what I drew the very first time I bought the Prismacolor pencil crayons. It was a pair of cat eyes, and I still have that drawing to this day. I think I might have even added it into my first portfolio tour video, and yeah, that one really just started me off and got me going with what I'm doing now and all the pencil crayon drawings. They've become my life and have consumed me. I am very satisfied looking at my pencil crayon box. It's so nice. Ooh. I feel like one of my biggest fears ever is that the house catches on fire and I lose all my art supplies and all my drawings and stuff that I've worked so hard on and spent so much money on. I mean, of course, I would be worrying about my family, but one of the things I would definitely be devastated in losing is anything to do with my art supplies. That would just be horrible. Oh, but I do like shopping, so it would be fun buying it all back again if I had the money to do that. That's, yeah. Let's think about that never again. So now we're finally at the halfway point of the video, and we're finally just getting to the green color. I think this green in this part of the piece is actually my most favorite part of the whole thing, just because I get a really good close-up shot, and you can really see how intentional I was with the color I put in, where and how much. I just really enjoyed the final product, I guess is the right word for it. But I guess the intention of this video was to give you a more close-up shot of what I'm doing. That way you can see exactly what I'm doing, because I know during the time lapses you definitely can't see how intentional I am with my markings, and maybe this will help you out a little bit and teach you a thing or two. I feel like I'm really not that good of a teacher. I don't really like speaking in public or being the center of attention, so maybe these faceless videos are the way to go because you don't actually have to look at me and I don't feel any pressure. This way I can kind of just blab and go on my little tangents. But another thing I was originally intending to do with this is get a little more crazy with the colors, which of course didn't happen besides the purple at the bottom of the pepper. I think the next video for, next week, on next Friday, I'll try to get a little more weird with that. I just really want to play around with color a bit more. Just try it out. I know I'm really new at these markers, but we'll see how she goes. I have no clue what's gonna happen. Like I said earlier, I never really know what I'm doing up until the last minute. But as I was saying, the pencil crayon marks really bring this entire piece together, and the green ends up being my favorite part. I just love the little details in it, and I don't know, it just really stands out compared to the red, I find. Maybe because it has so much detail, but I really tried my best and think I had a pretty good execution, so I really can't wait to do the next video. It's gonna be so much fun and super weird, I hope. Weirder than my channel already is. I feel like weird or stupid drawings is the way I want to go, and obviously it must be the things that I enjoy the most because I keep trying to draw super weird things, and I really just want it to get weirder and weirder and weirder, or even more stupid. Like the egg drawing. I always think about that one. Who would ever want a tattoo of an egg on them? Because I don't think it would be anybody. But I really, 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 really want to tattoo that egg for some strange reason. What other ones? I think the last week's video, the pizza, would be really good too. But then again, who would want just a random pizza tattoo? Like, you would have to be a pizza super fan to want a pizza tattooed on you. I don't know. There's many different things out there that I've tattooed that are also quite as weird. Like, why would you want that tattooed on you? But I find people find some sense of meaning with those sort of tattoos. Like, I've tattooed a pineapple on a girl, and I was like, why a pineapple? And she said, well, it's just funny and ironic because I'm allergic to pineapple. And somebody I work with said it was funny along those lines. Please correct me if you follow me or watching this. But yeah, I just remember her being allergic to pineapple, and it was the funniest thing ever. Or I've tattooed an onion, and it had something to do with their cat. And what else? I've tattooed some quite inappropriate things, I'm not gonna lie. I think every tattoo artist has, but I don't know, I just find so much joy in tattooing those really, really, really odd things that not your average Joe would get. You know, a lot of people want flowers and really beautiful, you know, elegant tattoos, and I'm just here for the weird stuff. The weirder the better, honestly. Who doesn't like weird? It just makes me so happy, and yeah, just brightens my day. So I'm finally coming into the last 10 minutes of this video, and you can really see the stem start to come together. It's looking pretty damn good so far. Once I get more blending in, and I'm introducing this green as well, and it kind of helps blend everything together a bit better. But it's just really coming along. Oh, I love drawing. I really do. I really want to do YouTube full time. That's the goal. So I hope these long videos help out a lot. I'm almost at the first milestone of YouTube, so I've gotten the 500 subscribers, and I just need to get to 3,000 watch hours. So I'm at, what am I at? I'm at 1,100 hours of watch time for the last 365 days. So let's try to get that up to 3,000, and then I can start offering more things like memberships. And I would really love to start, kind of doing this full time and offer more things to people, like maybe a membership program, and then I can do a bit more in-depth videos and teaching how to draw certain things, or maybe even more tattoo videos available to members. What do artists really offer for memberships? I don't know. I feel like I'd be such a bad teacher. Maybe maybe it's not worth it. I just really have no clue. I just feel like the memberships would be a lot of fun, and I think my channel could potentially become entertaining enough that you can maybe learn a thing or two. I'm not sure. Also, I'm extremely sorry about the wobble. I don't think it's my camera wobbling. It's actually the table, because it's inclined a bit, and the arms on them might not be sturdy enough. I don't know. So hopefully nobody's getting too motion sick with it. I don't get motion sick, so I don't usually think about that right off the hop, but I hope it's not too much. Might be for some people, so I apologize in advance. That's kind of the downside to doing a real-time video, is dealing with the wobble, especially when we're super close up. I don't think you'll have to deal with that now that we're a bit farther away. Won't see it as much. But yeah, now we're getting into some red pencil crayon blocking. And it's kind of weird because when I'm sitting there coloring, you can see how grainy it is, but on the camera it doesn't look that grainy. And either way, if you're really far away from the drawing, you can't see how grainy it is. And it ends up looking really nice and smooth. So I really enjoyed that. And the outcome of this one made it somewhat blocky in some areas, like the highlight. And then, had a little easy pieces in there. Easy pieces? What am I saying? I really don't know how to talk. Should I keep doing these voiceovers? Oh my gosh. Girl, crazy. What's the word for it? I guess those sketchy marks. Maybe that's the word for it. I don't know. But you can see the stem, and it looks phenomenal. You could probably tell why it's my favorite. It just looks really highlighted, and you can really see where the shadows are. It's just really coming together, and I'm pretty excited about this one, as I am with all the pieces that I do. I'm always so excited about absolutely everything. But yeah, we're kind of coming to the end of this portion of the video. I think right after this red here is just some white highlights, and I'm really happy with how well the white goes over the marker. It's phenomenal. It just goes over like you're coloring on a normal piece of paper. You wouldn't even be able to tell that you're coloring over marker with how well these pencil crayons cover it. I'm just going in with that red pencil crayon just to liven it up a little bit. I found that the darker red, not the darkest, the medium red tone that I went in with was a little bit more dull. So that red pencil crayon really helped make it a bit more vibrant. And then I also needed some way to blend it in with the lightest red tone. I don't know, it kind of looks like a tomato red to me, like the lightest one. Might just be me, but yeah, this fire engine red looking color really helped out a lot. Just to kind of bring it all back in together and also blend in with that really dark red. Oh, you know what? Next, I'm not going to be going in with the highlights. I'm going to be going in with the purple color and smoothing all that out. So maybe once it gets to that portion of the video, I'll probably stop blabbing, because I feel like I've been doing a lot of blabbing and my throat's actually starting to hurt. Because like I said, I don't talk this much. I never do. I don't particularly like to either. I'm generally a pretty quiet person, but you gotta give the people what they want. And maybe what they want is me to blab my face off and talk a little more entertaining. I might just sound completely crazy. And at the same time, I feel a little crazy because I feel like I'm talking to myself. Oh my gosh, there's too much self-reflection and realization that comes into voiceovers. I don't get it. Oh, here we are with some highlights. Maybe I do the highlights first. See, this was a few days ago that I drew this, so I kind of forget the process that I had while drawing this picture. See, look how smoothly that white goes over that red marker. Like you can't even see the red underneath it. It was so satisfying doing this part. I remember being so pumped up about it, and I feel like maybe I was supposed to do those highlights a little differently. I don't know if they look awkward there, but I don't really care. I was just way too happy with how they covered that brighter red color. It just made my day, honestly. Oh, and then I decided I didn't like that white highlight there, so I got rid of that. Easy peasy. And added one a little differently just at the edge there. Blended it in with the one highlight. And I think that really helped a lot. I enjoy that piece. That's so funny. As an artist, you start to see certain parts of a piece that you really like and really don't like, or just the littlest thing can put a piece together completely, and I always find that the white highlights do that, even with tattooing as well. The white highlights always put the piece together perfectly, and it just, chef's kiss. Love it. Here we go with the purple. Okay, I feel like I blabbed enough, so I'm just gonna let you enjoy the music and enjoy me putting this purple color in. So I'll chime in again at the end of the video.
So I hope you guys found this video maybe even a little bit satisfying and a little calming. It may be a little boring, I don't really know. Whatever you guys think, but I definitely find it a little bit satisfying just to see things really come together and find those little details and how much of a difference they actually really make. So I guess that's maybe my main point of the video, is just pay attention to the details, but also don't be afraid to really loosen up with it. Try new things, maybe test out some new colors, maybe, I don't know. There's so many things to try, but I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely see you guys next week. Tune in for more content every Friday, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!